you. And now we're moving to our design strategist, Benjaminas, who has his birthday today. So probably, as you can see from the background, he is basically on a vacation to some extent. Maybe he'll tell a little more about it. But it's his birthday. So again, congratulations. And he will tell you, and he will talk about company's identity, about the belonging aspect of it. So, Dennis, where are you? And tell us your story.
Not a vacation. Under an apple tree. I think it's a very fitting place to tell a story.
Good. So let's go.
Yeah. As Dominika said, it will be a story. It will be a transformational story about an organization which has found its identity in a very obvious yet kind of hard to spot place. I call this a journey of self-discovery because this is a story of brand positioning, or the brand positioning purpose is to find one space in larger world. And why self-discovery? Because our approach to brand positioning is to include stakeholders from within the company. Therefore, the end result is always collaborative, and the company basically self-discovers itself. The plot, the company is Glotera. For 20 years, Glotera has been creating exquisite and unique travel experiences for the most sophisticated target audience. One story I overheard is that they have booked a private jet only for a wedding dress delivery. So you get the point. It's on the very, very, very luxury end of a spectrum. And we were invited to do multiple tasks here, but I will focus on the identity side of it. And while preparing for today, I've discovered a really interesting parallel between Glotera's journey and one of the best-known journeys, hero journeys of all time. So, sorry, but I will nerd out about Lord of the Rings for a bit. But I hope this metaphor will help me tell a more interesting story. And if not, I can see myself as Gandalf for at least following 10 minutes. So it starts a bit from the past. So Glotera's positioning story takes place shortly after the service design workshops. Our service designers, shouts out to David and Carolina, were working a little bit before we came up to work with positioning. And from the past, they've gathered a lot of data from extensive research. They were looking at staff, they were interviewing staff, they were gathering customer interviews, a lot of documentation. Basically, they were trying to understand the whole workflow of the agency, and it was really extensive research, and it really enabled us to see this to see Glotera case more clearly. And of course, coming from all this information from service design, we've done our bits of analysis from positioning slides, like we've discovered the context of Glotera. We've looked into market research and so on. So, and in combination, all this data gave us very much very clear and a lot of good insights. But two of them are really key in telling my side of the story today. So one of the insights was that travel managers, so the Glotera is rather big company. I think they have like 10, 20 travel managers, and they're very individual. They have very individual approach to their work, to the way they're establishing good relationships with their clients, the way they communicate with their clients. the way their personal attributes and characters plays in this kind of collaboration with client in order to create an exquisite journey. Also, this individuality is can be seen, for example, when one prefers working on business journeys, other manager prefers working like South America cases, or another one knows every luxury boutique in Europe. So this was one. And second insight was that planning a unique trip is much more creative project than just an administrative task. Understanding that managers do not merely manage a trip, but create an experience was profound. And the attention to details and ingenuity and creativity that goes into creating a journey is really big. There are more sides, but these two are really key to telling a couple next chapters. So knowing all this, we went into positioning workshops. Just as in the Council of Elrond, we were including all stakeholders in process. The key was here that participation in workshops was open for everyone in the agency. I won't go too much into details on how and why inclusivity is important in revealing identities, because Agla has talked about engaging a lot. It's suffice to say that these workshops include discussions, difficult questions, exercises that leads to brand positioning that stems from within the organization, rather than some consulting guy with a beard and a hat coming and showing how to do things. So for Frodo, the Council of Elrond was really a pivotal moment in his journey. He accepted the role of great importance and danger, as well as travel managers here in the workshops of positioning. They were presented and accepted a role of travel authors. So as you can see, even from the definition, the new name led to clearer communication for clients. Like who works in Inglaterra and what purpose do they serve? The semantics of this name shifted the mindset of a team, as well as the client perception of a brand. As well as Frodo, some clients had difficulties and struggles perceiving Inglaterra differently. Maybe the change was too quick, too drastic, or perhaps it wasn't communicated as clearly, but the shift happened. And basically we came out from the positioning workshops with this understanding that, well, it's not managers that create journeys, is the authors. And in this version of the story, I'm focusing on one side of a journey of belonging and identity of each individual in the context and the company, but there is equally significant aspects of identity, and there are two pillars that you will see at the end of my talk really defines Inglaterra. And one of them is the shift from managers to authors. But the next one is that we've kind of closed this agency to general public, and we've shifted this business model to referral based model. And I won't go too deep into this pillar, but the insights for this transition also stems from service design research, because we found out that there were problems with work overload and projects that do not fit agency's profile. Basically, there were clients that walked through the doors and were looking for off-the-shelf travels, and this doesn't bring neither satisfaction for the authors nor revenue. So yeah, so these two towers forms the next chapters of the story. So, well, by now I think you get where the story leads us. Frodo destroys the ring. Everything goes well. Actually, this journey is really difficult, but everything kind of goes well. So, our heroes, our authors, they got their spotlight. Their personalities and differences is what separates Glotera from the competition now. They truly became the heroes of Glotera brand identity, and you can see their uniqueness in every aspect of brand identity from now on. The concept of travel by authors were communicated in slogan, and the visual identity was created by our team of brand designers. Regina, shouts out to Regina, came up with the metaphor of a shadow. And I think it works very, very well, very beautifully in different perspectives, because you can interpret it as a shadow that appears and helps clients guiding to the journeys, like ever-present helping hand, or like you can understand that Glotera operates from the shadows, like it's closed agency. And of course, the subtle aesthetics, I think it just works wonderfully in the luxury context where privacy is one of the major concerns. So this is how Glotera looks right now, and where those insights have led us. Last chapter. This scene makes me cry sometimes. I think I don't know how about you, but the smile of the Frodo when he leaves for the Undying Lands. I'm not sure what awaits Frodo there, and I'm not yet sure where this narrative will lead our heroes in the end. I know that this transformation has profoundly changed Glotera's clients' perception to the authors, and also it gave authors of a new sense of purpose and belonging. And it certainly had changed Glotera's identity and visual identity for good, but the transformation is ever going, and you know, the trip is there. I will leave you with my thoughts on what made this journey possible. It will be 3 key takeaways. One of them is extensive research. All of this information, it has enabled us to come to insights that otherwise wouldn't be able to find. I think it's plainly seen from the story, and I haven't even shown you the Excel files, the amount of Excel files and spreadsheets there. Inclusive positioning process. So including everyone in the agency is a very good, as my colleagues have spoke earlier, is a very good way. Because in this case, authors stood up for the task at the right moment and with the right knowledge. They knew from the beginning what they're signing for, and there's the most important thing, that this decision was there to make. Again, there was no guy with a gray hat and beard that tell you, hey, look, this must be done. They made a decision. It's their journey. And third one is sequential process, because in this case, we started with thinking about uplifting agency services from service design perspective, and we ended up revealing the identity. I know it wouldn't be possible any other way around. You can do identity and you can mix and match things, but the step-by-step process is really really important in this point, seeing like initial insights and where those have led us. It's done. Frodo, you did it. You've done it. I hope Frodo helped to tell the story more clearly. And I should say that excuse me, Glaterra, if you find this offensive. You're not hobbits. This is a metaphor.
Thank you. Thank you, Benjaminas, for the whole story, the actual story. I have two questions. One is serious, and the other one is very serious. So let's start.
I don't
with
like
the
any of
one.
those. No, please.
You want to sit by the tree and just relax? Yeah, but let's go a little bit into there. You mentioned a little bit that we changed the perspectives, the perceptions of the clients towards the Glaterra. Could you expand on that? What was the experiences? What were the experiences? And maybe there are certain examples that you could share with us. How you identified the change in perceptions from the clients.
Well, I know a few stories that clients, Glaterra's clients. I don't know exactly what happened, but they were not really fond of this change. I think, if I'm telling the story right, because I might be forgetful sometimes, but I think it was something like they were expecting more from authors rather than from managers.
Mm-hmm. So it means that like the change happened, but at the same time the identity, the change within the identity had to be also has to coexist with what is happening inside. So if the client has a certain future projected, it has to be managed with the processes inside to keep up with what is happening. So it's also a good place to think through how identity impacts also the processes inside and the perspectives and everything. So it has to be done carefully, as I think your example shows us.
Yeah, and not to create. I will add to this, and identity should not create unrealistic expectations. So, yeah, maybe it was something lost in communication, not communicated enough in this case. But yeah.
And the most serious question, so why Lord of the Rings, not a Harry Potter or Game of Thrones? Usually between those, the meta stories are happening and being told. So is there any special preferences? Some, I don't know, something related to your birthdays or anything else? No?
I mean, all of those stories are archetypal stories, from Epic of Gilgamesh to I don't know, maybe The Hobbit. It's the same narrative spinning off with rather different characters. I don't know. Frodo seemed really the one that fit the best in this situation.
Definitely. I mean, it touched my heart, and that one of the last episodes where Frodo is looking back, yeah, it's just sentimental. Thank you, Benjaminas, for the story. And